Welcome back. It is Saturday, July 22nd. Our three favorite picks are on the way. Nerfy Nation is back, and we got two dinger plays coming your guys' way. You guys know it's Austin, but of course, trusty ally Logan is here. And first off, let's recap yesterday how it went. Our regular plays did go 1-2. Tommy Henry did give up his three earned runs. My Braves Brewers pick lost on the hook, which if Freddie Peralta knew how to pitch just even decently, we would have probably cashed that. And then the Angels smoked their team total under that we had. But that wasn't just that. We gave out our two dinger plays, and we hit another one. My Matt McClain hit a grand slam. I know Logan was sweating. He hit one to the warning track on his one, I think his second at bat. But he got it done with a grand slam, I think, in the fifth or sixth inning. So as promised, if we do hit a home run play like we do every single video, we'll give away $100 to one person subscribed. And that comments down below on this video. The winner was Mike O'Reilly. I reached out to him. I'm going to send him $100. He just has to get back to me, and we'll do that. So if you want to have a chance to win $100, just go down below, hit that subscribe button. That's free, and comment it down below. We certainly would appreciate it. Now, before we dive into our favorite plays, I have one last note. Bet365 has a great offer for you guys. It's one of my favorite books out there. You can get $200 worth of bonus bets. Here's how. You sign up with the top link in the description, deposit $10, you make a $1 money line bet on any MLB team today. Doesn't even matter if they win or lose, you're getting those $200 worth of bonus bets available in New Jersey, Ohio, Virginia, Colorado, and Iowa. If you're in any of those states, I strongly advise you to take advantage of it. I always say hit parlays if you love doing hit parlays. Normally the best odds are on Bet365. They're sometimes giving you great hitters for great value. So take advantage of that there. But Logan, today's going to be a great day. I'm going to let you start it off with your first pick of the day. What's it going to be?
Yeah, well, let's get after it today. Let's have a nice winning day. And I'm going to an early game, so make sure you get this bet in if you are tailing me. Go to the Rockies versus Marlins game, and I'm taking the under 8.5 total runs. Plus 105 odds on Caesars is currently your best value. Now, I know, especially with what happened last night with Austin's underplay, I know everyone hates taking unders. I get it, right? No one likes to just sit for 9 innings and just say, well, whatever happens, happens. But I think the under is actually the clear play in this one, and I'll explain why. I think there's some pretty compelling evidence. Now, at surface level, if you're just, not doing any sort of like extensive research, you're going to see two pitchers with a combined 16 ERA, just kind of, to me, suckering you to take the over, given how many games were high scoring yesterday. I joked with Austin about, they brought out the juiced baseballs for Friday yesterday because the Pirates, random guys were hitting home runs. You got the Cabbage guy on the Angels all hitting home runs. It was just kind of hilarious watching around the league yesterday, watching how many games were high scoring. And I was just like, there's tons of home runs scored yesterday. And you know what? I think the juice balls didn't make their way to Miami. That's what I'm going to predict today. Johnny Cueto starts for the Marlins. He's got a 9 ERA and a 1.5 whip. You look at the ERA, you're like, Logan, that's trash. But he's only pitched 2 games this year. You got to cut him a break, right? 3 innings pitched, 0 earned runs versus the Orioles, which I like to see. Orioles a very good offense. 1 inning pitched, 4 earned runs versus the Twins. Not a good outing for him against the Twins, but you know what? If you know, Cueto does have history versus the Twins. I mean, they've seen him before. So I do think Cueto will be in line for a decent start today because he doesn't have to go too long into this game. Marlins bullpen should have his back. I would expect him to go maybe 3 innings max if he's doing well. Marlins bullpen though, 3.25 ERA in the last 7 days. That's 10th best in bullpen ERA in those last 7 days. So I like that for evidence. And you look at the Rockies, they scored 6 runs yesterday and they hit Braxton Garrett pretty well. They see lefties well, but they struggle against righties. And today, obviously, Cueto is a righty. On the road against right-handed pitchers in July, Colorado 27th in K percentage, 26th in batting average, 27th in walk percentage, 28th in OPS. So really back of the pack offense against righties today. I'd expect the Marlins bullpen. I mean, they've got some righties in their lineup for sure, or in the bullpen for sure. So they can bring in some righties and kind of, counter whatever the Rockies offense will be able to do. I think the Marlins pitching staff holds them down today. Now, Chase Anderson starting for the Rockies, 6.89 ERA and a 1.69 whip. Those numbers are trash. I mean, they're really bad, but you know what? You got to also look at who he's pitching against. And I don't think there's a starting pitcher that's faced a tougher gauntlet of offenses. Listen to his last 6 starts. Red Sox, Braves, Angels, Dodgers, Astros, Yankees. I mean, all those lineups just have ridiculous power and are definitely most of them top 10 offenses. So he's just faced an absolute gauntlet recently. It's any pitching at Coors Field doesn't do him any favors as well. To me, he should get a break today, against the Marlins team that only hit 206 yesterday. I think, we're kind of seeing some post-All-Star break regression for this Miami offense. They've been up and down, right? They'll have a game where they're hitting 400. They'll have a game where they're hitting like 215. So now, I mean, there's just not a whole lot of consistency. And if you look at the season-long, averages for Miami, Miami's 26th in runs, third in hits. That's a huge discrepancy. And especially when you're picking an over, the only stat that matters is runs. I don't care how many hits they have. If they don't convert them into runs, that benefits us today. Anderson also, I don't think he should go much past 5 innings. I mean, if he does, I'd be kind of shocked, and that would be actually good for us. That means he's pitching well. But the Rockies bullpen, 1.95 ERA in the last 7 days. That's 4th best in the majors. So he's backed by an actually decent bullpen, because we know how bad the Rockies bullpen has been recently. Both starters aren't great, especially on paper, but they should be backed by good bullpens today. And in a 9-inning baseball game, you got to remember, that's kind of where the bulk of the runs could come or not come. And I'm expecting, the bullpens and the pitching to be pretty solid today. So I'm taking the under in this one. But Austin, what you got for us?
Yeah, Logan, before we get into our dinger plays, I'm going to hop into this pick. And I do want to say on a side note, the editing isn't up to what we've been doing, but we'll be back to the normal editing. I have some things to get to today. But I'm going to go to the Red Sox game, and I'm actually taking the Red Sox on the first 5 money line, which is currently minus 115 on PointsBet. So obviously we've talked about the differences between money lines and run lines. I'm taking the money line here. There is a chance if they are tied through 5 innings, I don't care if it's 0-0, 1-1, 2-2, whatever it is, we will get our money back. But hopefully the Red Sox do cover their minus a half in the first 5, so we actually win some money. But you have some push potential here. Now, why am I taking the Red Sox? Let's talk about why. And I did lean them on the full game. However, I don't really want to touch a bullpen game. I don't want to touch either bullpen. You got Mets, you have Red Sox bullpen, 2 bullpens. I just don't trust either way. So I'm just going to target the starting pitching matchup. And I actually think we had a good chance here. Now let's talk about who's going to start for the Red Sox, because we need James Paxton to give us a chance here. The last time I backed the Red Sox, Brian Bayo, he gave us no chance. But I think Paxton can do his thing, and he has a 2.05 ERA and a 1 whip at home this season. And he's actually coming off a terrible start, 6 earned runs in his most recent start. Now, in July, he is a lefty. The Mets have been struggling versus lefties at home, on the road, doesn't matter. They've still been struggling. Look at them, 23rd in hard hit percentage, 7th highest K percentage, 3rd lowest batting average of balls in play. They're 30th in batting average versus lefties in the month of July. Paxton, obviously a lefty. I don't really see the Mets putting up a whole lot of offense against him. They obviously got some offense, and this is technically the second game, if you will. Their first game got suspended yesterday. If you were on Twitter, on social media, you saw the rain pouring down the steps at Fenway. But I think they're going to be good to all full steam ahead. The first game I'm just going to kind of avoid. I don't remember when that one starts. But either way, I think Paxton pitches pretty well today and think he gives us a good chance. And if he somehow can hold the Mets scoreless through 5, we have at the worst, get a push here. But I do think that the Red Sox had some chances at scoring up against Max Scherzer. Now, in previous years, if you were fading Max Scherzer, you would have been called a fool, and I understand why, but this year hasn't been the same for Scherzer. And when you're looking at his K props, or in all of his props in general, they kind of make your eyes be like, these are real? I mean, you look at his over-under for earned runs, sitting at 3.5. Plus money on the over, rightfully so. His over-under for strikeouts is 5.5, which he's had, I think, hit 6+ Ks in 9 of his last 10. His over-under for hits allowed is 6.5. Over-under for outs is only minus 130 for him to throw 6 innings pitched. I wouldn't be surprised if later on in the day I could load up on Twitter and see a lot of people on some variation of Scherzer's props, whether it's over in outs or Ks or under in earned runs and hits allowed. I mean, it's Max Scherzer. Ask him to give up 4 earned runs. Is one of the better pitchers that has been historically over the last 10, 15 years. So the fact they're putting these lines high, I think they're high for a reason. Well, I'm not saying Max Scherzer comes out here and gets shelled and he gives up 6 earned runs, which he has done this year. I think that the Red Sox bats come out here and at least pitch pretty well. And let's talk about why. Now, Scherzer on the road, very similar to his old man buddy, Justin Verlander, hasn't been as good on the road. 4.92 ERA and a 1.29 whip. That's something I did dive into a little bit. Francisco Alvarez, who's been catching for the large majority of July, has actually not been Scherzer's ally. Scherzer, when he has Francisco Alvarez behind the plate, 4.68 ERA, allowing a .331 batting average on balls in play, a 265 batting average overall. Now, you look at Boston, they've been crushing righties at home, 1st in batting average, 9th in slugging, 8th in OPS. So it's a Red Sox team that I trust them to at least put the bat on the barrel on the bat, whatever, on the ball on the bat, whatever, you know what I mean. I think they have a chance to do something against Scherzer today. He was coming off his best start of the year, 7 innings pitched, 1 earned run, or 1 hit allowed versus the Dodgers. The fact that they're juicing up his lines all the way, like the earned runs, hits allowed, I think we have a decent chance of getting to Scherzer today. He has allowed 5 and 4 earned runs in his last 2 road starts. Scherzer, 18th percentile in barrel percentage. So if he's not missing the bats, which the K prop is not indicating he's missing bats, I think that we're going to have some hits and opportunities today, some barrels on the ball, and I think the Red Sox can do some damage with them. I don't really they hit well at home. Obviously, they just put up some stats. I think we got a chance here. Red Sox first 5 money line. We need James Paxton to give us just a chance, buddy. And I know it's crazy saying that Scherzer's going to get, rocked today. I'm not saying he gets rocked. He could give up 3 earned runs. That might be enough. He could give up 2. That might be enough too to cash this bet as well. So James Paxton, we need a good outing out of you. Scherzer, you can toss some turkeys for us. I really like the Red Sox on the first 5 money line. But Logan, I reckon you know what time it is. We need to get the music. The people deserve it. I'm getting the rock music going out, baby. We need this. We got a good Nerfy coming your guys' way. The flags actually need to be brought out. We don't pick a Nerfy every single day, but got a good one coming your guys' way. Let's dive into it. It's going to be the latest, I believe, latest game on this plate. Let's talk about it because we are going to a pretty good game that yesterday, if you took the Nerfy, you got wrong. So hopefully it doesn't happen again today. We're taking the Astros and Athletics, taking the no run first inning, -120 on DraftKings. Now, I believe it was ruined by a Kyle Tucker solo blast who ended up hitting 3 yesterday. But let's talk with the pitchers today because we're going to need a better outing out of our man, Paul Blackburn. Now, Paul Blackburn enters this one 6-2 on no run first innings. Astros are third in first inning runs. They are an annoying offense. I don't believe they have Altuve these days. Jordan Alvarez still working back from injury. So not as scary as the top of the lineup as sometimes they might have. But Blackburn 6-2, that's respectable. He was 6-1 prior to his last start. They give up the Yerfy, so hopefully he bounces back here today. I think Blackburn can at least get us those first 3 outs, give us a chance. And then who's on the other side pitching for the Astros today, Logan?
Yeah, it's going to be Christian Javier starting for the Astros. Javier, really good Nerfy record, 15-3 on Nerfies this year, and he's facing a very favorable matchup. Look, the Athletics are 30th. That's dead last in first inning runs at home. This is an offense that I don't mind taking a Nerfy against. I call it how I see it. And if the A's ruin me on anything, any garbage, I'll say that's why we've been doing Nerfies limited this year. The over-under set to 8.5 in this one. I really do think that this one stands a good chance at cashing. Paul Blackburn just needs to get through the Astros order, in my opinion. If he is able to, get some outs, 3 outs without a run, I trust Javier to do his job. Nerfy Nation, we're back. Let's go.
Let's wave these flags, baby. Now it is what everyone came for. It is our Dinger Saturday edition. We got 2 plays, and as always, as a reminder, if either guy hits a home run that we talk about in 2 seconds, we're giving away $100 to one person subscribe to the channel and that comments down below. We love seeing all the support. We love you guys. Now, Logan, since my guy's a little bit different, I'm going to go second, but who are you rolling with today?
Yeah, I'm running it back, and it's a percentage play. I'm taking Matt Olson of the Braves, plus 255 odds on FanDuel is currently your best value there. I mean, he's trash value on other books. In my opinion, a plus around, under plus 300 odds is kind of trash. But the reason I have to run it back is because he's facing Adrian Hauser today, and Hauser, 5 of his 6 home runs allowed this year have been to lefties. Lefties have been hitting Hauser really well. Obviously, it would make so much sense if I hopped off Olson back onto Riley that Olson hits the home run. So I really do like both of those Braves hitters. Of course, Austin Riley hit one yesterday, and I was kicking myself. I was like, oh. But I think Matt Olson is the play today. I mean, he's got the easy, effortless home run swing. So hopefully he can cash. Who are you rolling with today?
Yeah, I mean, you're right. If Austin Riley keeps it going, then if he hasn't been drug tested by now, I don't know how he wouldn't be. But either way, I'm going to go to a different game. I think this is an earlier start. And I'm going to a guy by the name of Nolan Arenado, taking him plus 400 on PointsBet to hit a homer. Now, you can't really pull up stats about who he is going up against because it is going to be the Cubs bullpen, it appears. But Cubs bullpen, I know, has some turkey tossers in there. They tried to sell the game yesterday for any Cubs moneyline bettors, and luckily the umpire had Cubs money line, so he had your back in that one. But I think Arenado's got a good chance. I think he has 5 homers in July, hasn't hit a homer in a couple games, so obviously we know he has the power to do it. He's at, I think, 21 on the year. So Nolan Arenado plus 400, sure, I'll sign me up. But a reminder, either one of those, Nolan Arenado or Matt Olson hits a homer, we're giving away some money to you guys. So just hit that subscribe button and comment down below, whatever you want. If you want to comment who you think is going to hit a homer today, go for it. And maybe you'll look like a genius if you win the giveaway. But either way, we appreciate you guys as always. Austin Logan signing out. Let's bring up the brooms today. Let's cash a couple more dinger plays. And we'll see you guys back in same time, same place with normal editing tomorrow morning. We'll see you guys then.